What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of the 1% Better Podcast. I'm your host, Matthew Mazza, and for those of you who do not know, I come on YouTube every Wednesday and every Sunday and read John Maxwell's The Daily Reader in hopes to bring you guys some motivation and figure out more ways to become 1% better daily. So let's get right into today's read. June 4th, catch them doing something right. If you desire to see everyone as a 10, and help them believe in themselves, you need to encourage them by catching them doing something right. And that is really countercultural. We are trained our whole lives to catch people doing something wrong. If our parents and teachers caught us doing something, you can bet it was something wrong. So we tend to think in those same terms. When you focus on the negative and catch people doing something wrong, it has no real power to make them any better. When we catch people doing something wrong, they become defensive. They make excuses. They evade. On the other hand, if we catch them doing something right, it gives them positive reinforcement. It helps them tap into their potential. It makes them want to do better. Make it a part of your daily agenda to look for those things going right. They don't have to be big things, though of course you want to praise those things as well. It could be almost anything, as long as you're sincere in your praise. The 360-degree leader. Catch someone doing something right today and praise them for it. That's why I love this book. I mean, it just provides you, like, great things to think about every single day. Like, it's a new start to the month for my dealership right now, and I have a few of the guys on the team who I've been training and coaching under my wing to try to show them new ways to perfect their process and become more efficient with their time and understand the numbers behind what they're doing so that way they can improve the quality of their life, right? So, like, when I was on the sales floor, I would always try to find ways that I could understand the metrics behind what I was doing so that way it made it easier for me to scale my business, right? So I'm teaching them and putting them through similar tasks to do the exact same thing. And lo and behold, it works. And it's not like I came up on these things, came up with these things on my own. You know, I had mentors like my brother-in-law and my last general manager who helped me out a tremendous amount to do the exact same thing. They showed me, you know, new tips and tricks, and I just put those things into use and took action, and they ended up working. So, you know, with all this knowledge, I want to pay it forward and do the exact same thing that they did for me, for my team here in Austin, Texas at my dealership. So, like, one thing is I made them a sales log. So that way, like I said, they can track their numbers, understand where they got to be every single day. How far are they away from their goal, or how close are they away from their goal? So, you know, on the first, I brought a couple of the guys who I'm working with into my office, and what I went over with them is how they did the previous month. First thing as I did is no matter if they hit their goal or not, I still want to praise what they did great first, right? I want to give them the positive things that they did during the month, right? Because it's life. Sometimes things happen. You go out sick, and in this business or in the car business, right? If you miss one day, it's almost like missing a week, and missing a week is like missing an eternity. So things happen in this business, but as long as you still put in the same effort while you're there and make your time worth it while you're there, I want to go ahead and praise them for that, or praise you guys for that as well. So, I mean, that's the biggest thing is, like, no matter what's going on, when you're at your job, your career, whatever you're doing for work, as long as you're putting in your 100% best effort into that day, you should be praised for it, right? So what I was going over is, like, their car sold. And, I had one of the guys a few months ago. He was really struggling in the middle of the month. We figured out a way and an action plan that he had to go through every single day so he could reach his goal. And he reached his goal, right? And then the next month after that, right? At the middle of the month, he was well ahead of what he was doing the month prior because he had started taking those same steps and applying it earlier in the month, so that way he's not chasing his tail trying to reach his goal. He just coasted his way into his goal this month, and he actually did one better and sold one more car than what his goal was. And I praised him for it, and I gave him a lot of, that's pretty much it. I gave him a lot of praise for it. And then after that, what I want to do is build on top of that by showing him the things we missed as well, so that way we can constantly figure out ways to improve, right? Because there's no room in any entrepreneurship, business or job for complacency, because if you're not growing, you're dying, right? Especially in the car business. There's no being stagnant. There's no complacency. It's either you're getting better or you're getting worse, right? And I've seen it on both ends, right? When I'm not putting in my full effort, I'm not getting any better for myself. I'm not doing anything to help me or my team around me, right? I read something every day that, I will not take action take action towards something that won't affect everybody in a positive way who's involved. So like I have to think about those things as well. Like I have goals that I set up for my month. I have to track my goals every month and where I'm at. So that way I understand where I'm at and where I need to be and what I need to do in this day to accomplish my goals. So it's no different for myself. I don't just preach these things and don't take my own advice, right? Because that would be contradicting and I don't want to be that way. So I think it's a phenomenal read, right? And this goes for ourselves too, right? A lot of us are extremely hard on ourselves, and we should be extremely hard on ourselves. So don't get that fucking confused. We need to be the hardest persons on ourselves because we should know ourselves better than fucking anybody, right? There's nobody that should be able to literally tell you, I know you better than you know you. That's fucking bullshit. And if you're believing that and agreeing with that, take control of your fucking life, right? Like immediately, because it shouldn't be that way. We should know ourselves better than anybody. I know myself better than anybody, right? But I have mentors around me who still help me continuously stay level-headed and understand that, where I'm at, and that's by informing them. But if you have mentors like that, and they're not just saying, hey, I know you better than you do, they just say, hey, I know you extremely well. That's right, they do. But there should never be somebody who says, I know you better than you know you. Because if that's the case, you don't have control over your life. So we always got to give ourselves, a checkup from the neck up to understand where we are at mentally and praise ourselves for the things we're doing right and then find ways to always improve. There's nothing wrong with being unsatisfied and there's nothing wrong with wanting to get better, all right? Settling is a fucking bullshit word that everybody needs to throw the fuck out of their vocabulary. I don't care if it's settling for relationships, settling in a job, settling for a house. Get the things you fucking want and desire. Don't settle for anything. It makes no fucking sense. When you, think about when we were kids and we wanted to do something, right? Most of us wanted to be professional athletes, maybe a superhero, something like that. But then what the fucking normal rat race teaches everybody is to fucking settle, oh no, it's okay to take, a step down from that and move backwards. It's okay for that. Don't worry about it. Or the other bullshit excuse is like, oh, you got all the time in the world to get this done. Oh, you're young, you have a lot of time to figure this out. Motherfuckers, act like you got no fucking time. Because that is the truth. We could fucking die tomorrow. If you were to die, if you knew tomorrow was your last day, and you look back at your life as it is right now, can you honestly tell yourself that I've accomplished everything I wanted to do and I lived my life with no regrets, right? Because in my life right now, if I was going to go tomorrow, I know there's so much more that I need to fucking accomplish. So I act as if every day I don't have fucking time to put urgency behind me to get shit fucking done. Because that's all it's about is urgency and taking fucking action to figure out how we can get better, right? Today, I launched my coaching business for personal development and fitness because I truly want to help people in a lot of different ways, and I feel like that is the most fulfilling for me because when I coach my guys at the dealership, I'm like, think about the entire market of people who are struggling in other areas of their life that I can help them with, because everything I teach them in the car business can still translate into other things like fitness, personal development, mental game, right? Spirituality, it translates over. And I was like, I am not tapping into my true potential. And I really needed to hone that skill and get better at it. And one way I was doing that opened my eyes was starting 75 Hard, starting this fucking podcast and YouTube channel, getting back into routinely posting on all my social media platforms. So that way I'm providing people tons and tons and tons of content that brings them tons and tons and tons of motivation and provides them an outlook in life that creates optimism, gratitude, and sustainability, right? And I mean, that's just really it, guys. I mean, we have to figure out how we can get better. We have to stay motivated. But when that motivation runs the fuck out, do you have the discipline to continue on with what you're going to be fucking doing? Because I thought I fucking did. I've done 75 Hard before, and I fucking blasted through that shit like it was nothing, right? But then immediately when I moved to fucking Texas, I fell off the fucking train hard as fuck. And I mean, it was terrible. I got fat as shit. I was overweight. I looked like shit. I felt like shit. People around me probably noticed it, but are too nice to fucking tell me. But one morning I looked in the fucking mirror and was like, I don't like this shit. So I have to, here's what I'm really fucking good at, and it's by being around other people who are really great at this. When I notice a fucking problem, especially within myself, I stop it fucking immediately, right? Like, I don't even waste time with it. If there's a problem, I stop it immediately, and I have to, figure out ways to improve it now, because there's no like, oh, okay, well, I got this much time. No. Stop it. Fucking cut it out of your life and move fucking forward, right? So, like, things I did to do that. Start 75 hard because it's fucking tough. Hire a fucking mentor, right? Constantly figure out ways to get better, right? Doing things that suck constantly. I am constantly putting myself in situations that fucking suck every single day, and I love it. Like last night, it was storming hard as fuck here in Austin. I mean, it was thunderstorms. My phone is going off every 5 minutes with the severe thunderstorm notifications from the weather app. Dude, I didn't give a fuck. I literally got home from work at like 9 o'clock at night, ran upstairs, changing my clothes, no shirt on, shorts, grabbed my dog, and he probably hates me for it, and I went for that 45 fucking minute walk, getting poured on. And I didn't give a shit because I was like, I need to do this for myself. My mind has to be in something that sucks and prove to myself that it's not that bad. And we can fucking weather this storm, literally and metaphorically. So, like, think about these things, guys. Think about it. Really, really take time to understand that we need to praise ourselves for doing the things that are right. Like, I'm proud of myself that I accomplished that. I'm proud of myself that I put myself through something like that, because I know my mind is strong enough to not give a fuck about what the weather's like outside, because my circumstances never change my responsibilities, and I'm proud of myself, right? That's one thing. I'm super proud of myself by doing what I said I was going to do, not breaking promises to myself. But now it's time to level that the fuck up, right? And how I'm doing that is by preaching this stuff to you guys and my audience and my followers and my subscribers to help you guys do the exact same thing. This is also why I opened up a coaching program to allow you to have one-on-one time with myself to learn right from the fucking source how I fucking did it. How I went from being a fat piece of shit to now become disciplined and a man of his fucking word, and a man of action, and a man of intention and conviction, and a man who wants to serve his people and his fucking community. I constantly want to help you guys. I only want to be known as somebody who's went out of his fucking way every single day and helped thousands and thousands, hundreds, millions. I don't give a fuck the amount of people. I want to help as many people as I fucking can. There's not a number on people you can tell me that I don't want to help, right? I don't care. I really just don't care. Like, that's my purpose in life. My purpose in life is to be a servant leader. It's to serve people and help them live their most optimal life, create their most optimal quality of life. And it starts with things like this, guys. And I'm so proud to be here, and I'm so proud of myself for the things I've accomplished along this way. And today's day 35 is 75 hard, so we're almost halfway fucking there. But the job ain't fucking done. The job's never going to be finished. We just level up. I might reach my goals, but we just level the fuck up. And that's really it, guys. Praise yourselves and others for doing the things that are right. Look for the good in what they're doing, and then help them level the fuck up. Fuck complacency. Fuck being satisfied. Be unsatisfied. Live life with fucking urgency like there's no tomorrow, and reach for the fucking stars. Have dreams that are well outside your capacity, so that way you can really test yourself on what you're capable of. Because if we live in our area of capacity, we're living in our comfort zone. And fuck being comfortable. Because if we live in our comfort zone, there is no way in hell we're going to get any better. So I appreciate you guys. That's all I got for today. You guys have a great rest of your week. I hope it's been a great start to your week. Here it's still raining in Austin. I already got my outside workout in, but I got one more to do, and I got to drink the rest of my water. But I appreciate you guys. Love you all. Let's figure out one way, or multiple ways. Who gives a fuck? Just figure out more ways that we can get 1% better every day and live like there's no tomorrow. Have a good one.